It's been awful out for like weeks, and snowy and cold and gray, and suddenly the sun has come out, so I'm going for my first ride and I couldn't be more excited. I was thinking a lot on my ride about biking and how I'm just pretty awful at it. And I feel like my swim has really improved over the past year, my run has improved a fair amount too, and my biking, not only do I realize that I haven't really improved on it, but I just suck at it, like a lot. Like I'm not good at handling, I'm not good at speed, I'm not good at hills, I'm not good at no one's good at potholes, but like I'm not good at like unexpected things. I don't like when there's weather, I don't like when there's people, I like biking, but I'm just so bad at it that I'm starting to dislike it. And I just feel like, yeah, maybe every ride I could get better, but there's only so many rides before Rotterdam. I'm going to Rotterdam for the World Finals, which is basically what happens is, so there's all these ITU races, of which Edmonton is one of the ITU stops. And they have a bunch of stops throughout the season. And then at the end of the season, one of the locations is picked as the World Final. So all the elite racers will go there as well. And then anyone who has either qualified by racing another ITU race or gotten onto their national team by other means will go as part of their national team and compete. I think one of the main differences from this year's training compared to last year is this cycle, I started much earlier. So a common way to make a race season is to have A races, B races, and C races, basically ranked by importance. So an A race would be Rotterdam, obviously. B race is something that's maybe like the ITU in Edmonton was a B race for me, so important, but not as important as Rotterdam. And then a C race means basically that you're going to train before and after that race. So probably the day before and probably the day after. But I do think that we had more C races this year because I felt like there was a lot more races. I feel like I did one last year where it was sort of that slog, as I like to call it, but I think this year there was like 2 or 3. So I worked harder, but not harder all the time. And I anticipated that would mean that all of those things would feel easier, but that's like not at all what happened. They just felt like just as hard or harder, but then I was just faster at them, which is awesome and like so frustrating to just like never feel like anything gets easier. I went for a ride today with a different club to do their hill riding session, and I didn't want to go because I was really scared, so I went, and it was awful. Like in the best way, but so awful. It's been a long time where I thought to myself that my heart might explode out of my chest or I might vomit, which is good. Which is good because I've been saying that I need to push myself a bit more and that I've been riding on my own all the time and you only get as good as your weakest link, which is just me. So I've been wanting to ride with some other people to get better at it, but I don't think I knew how easy I was taking it on some of those hills because this was like brutal. I felt like bested from the beginning, and I admit that my ego took a super beating. And one of the girls afterwards was like, oh my gosh, was like, oh, it was really brave of you to come out by yourself. And I was just like, yeah, it felt brave. So that's good. It's so interesting to me that I feel like I'm pushing myself all the time to try new things, but you can actually get really like stuck in your own thing pretty easily. So it's been a while since I've really pushed myself to do something new and push a bit harder. And I know that's what I have to do to be able to compete in Rotterdam the way I want to, or to just not embarrass myself, which is pretty important to me. So this is what I gotta do. I don't know why I'm crying about it. I'm crying about it because I'm really scared about going to Rotterdam and embarrassing myself. So I are just gonna have to work really hard to make sure that doesn't happen.
Generally speaking, on Mondays, I swim with a group at Kinsman. That's 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. And then in the evenings, there's sometimes a bike ride, just like something short, an hour and a half, somewhere in there. And now in later season, pretty much every time I'm getting on the bike, I'm getting off into a run. Like only 10, 15, 20 minutes, but pretty much always is bike and then run. Tuesdays are usually intervals on the bike. So some speed intervals, that kind of thing, or hills. And probably some running on Tuesdays too. Most days are double days. Wednesdays was often my lake day. I'd go out to the lake and have transition practice, not like go out to the lake and swim and also have transition practice. Thursdays were bike hills with the RTC. Fridays is swim again with Kinsman group in the morning, or sometimes a lake swim. Saturdays, ride with United Cycle, and then a run after that. Sundays is usually out at the lake again, and a run. Run in the morning, like long run. So yeah, the weekends are the long stuff. So like that's the 3-hour bike, that's the hour and a half run, or 2-hour run, or whatever it ends up being. That's where all the long stuff goes.
Just got back from my first lake swim of the year, but mainly I'm really excited that I think I made a new triathlete friend. I'm not very good at making new friends, like at all. Like one time I made a new friend and it was a pyramid scheme. She didn't really want to be my friend. So yeah, I'm not very good at making new friends. So this person is also going to Rotterdam, so that's really exciting. And he's a much better cyclist, runner, and I think probably swimmer than me, so that's exciting. Maybe we can do a little bit of training together. So I was nervous about, I'm just always nervous that, like, making a new triathlete friend, they're gonna be like, oh, I thought you were a triathlete, not a wimp. You know? Or like, I thought you were a triathlete, you don't look like one. Or whatever, I don't know, like, you know, all those weird things you're just like, someone's gonna say to you that no one would ever say, even if they thought it. They wouldn't say that, and if they said that, they're awful. Anyways, I'm just really excited that maybe I made a new friend, and I went swimming in the lake for the first time, and my wetsuit still fit, and the world is good.
This year, I have done a number of Olympic races. I did Chinook Triathlon in Calgary. I did Coronation Triathlon here. I did Great White North, which is sort of a modified Olympic. There's 50K on the bike and a little bit more than 10K on the run. I did the ITU at the end of July here in the park. I went to Waskesiu, which is in Saskatchewan, near where my parents have a cabin, and that was also sort of a modified Olympic distance. So it's like, that one was a 60K bike, which in case you're wondering, 60K is a lot different than 40, and it was like 13K run.
So I've been waiting for a long time to get this package. Finally, my uniform has come. Oh, I forgot I ordered a backpack. Oh! Oh! Okay. It's a backpack. Oh, I'm getting scared. Let's just try to look at the things first that are inconsequential. Oh, an active run tee. That's an extra large shirt. I mean, I guess athletes are small, but extra large? Oh, that's the suit. Ah, I don't look at it yet. This is my cycling jacket. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's pretty nice. Okay, what else we got? Oh, I got Dave a polo. Oh, that'll look so cute on him. Men's medium, same as women's extra large. Like, literally, looks the same. I have things to say on that. I will reserve them for another time. Arm warmers. Project Canada. I wish that my muscles were so big. They're not. Size large arms. Marie Chartier, size large arms. Moment of truth. Oh, I'm scared to look at it. What if my name is spelled wrong? What if this is not meant for me? What if it doesn't fit? Oh my god, I'm so scared. Also, this is extra large. I'm pretty sure I ordered XXL. Oh my God, this is real.
It's a great honor to be there. I'm most afraid of embarrassing myself and my team and sort of letting people down. And I don't want to get upset about that, but it's a real concern that I have, I guess. I have to remind myself that this is an opportunity. And I feel like the way to get through fear is to think about gratitude and be like, I'm really grateful to be able to go to Rotterdam and be a part of this team and to be able to race with those people who are really fantastic and like not even compete with them, but just race on the same course as them. That's really cool. And it's really cool to travel there. It's really cool to wear my Team Canada kit. And it's really cool to be able to run and swim and bike and to have the financial means to be able to pursue the sport that is not very accessible to many. So when I think about those things, then I'm not scared because I feel like I have a lot of opportunity that a lot of people would love to have. My swim coach, Lincoln, told me a really great thing, which is that I'm gonna misquote him now, but basically what he said is that people's support of me and his support of me and his belief in me is a gift. They're not expecting a return on investment. So as much as I want to make everyone proud and make sure that they feel as though they're getting whatever they want out of watching this thing or watching my journey, at the end of the day, the people who give their support, for the most part, give it freely, and it doesn't matter to them what the return is on that.
Just got home from the ITU triathlon where I cut off 20-something minutes from my time last year, which is unreal. Honestly, the thing about this season that is just surprising me is that it's like I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop. I just feel like we're rolling and we're rolling and we're rolling and we're rolling, and just every time I'm getting faster, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting faster, I'm getting stronger, and more so than I thought was possible. Now that I say it, I'm really happy. I achieved all my wildest dream goals. 2 years ago, my coach said, what's your wildest dream goals of what we'd accomplish together? And I said, sub 30-minute swim, sub 130 bike, and sub 1 hour run. And then it became pretty clear to me that was not going to happen. And then it happened. By then it happened, then I worked my butt off for a year, and then it happened. That's the thing that was awesome about today. I had a goal, I had a plan, I set out, I executed it. I committed, I followed through. And everything happened the way I wanted it to. Not without bumps in the road, but I think that's the thing that the training has really prepared me for, is to be mentally strong and to execute my race.
I'm pretty excited, obviously. I'm a lot of terrified. I am concerned slightly. I'm afraid that I'll get there and people will instantly know that I don't belong there. So, I guess I do because I earned my spot, but, because I'm not as fast as probably most of my teammates, but that's okay. But I don't know, I think I maybe thought earlier in the season that I would, I would turn into a superhuman and I would become very tall and thin and have super muscles. And then I'm now realizing that I'm still me, for better or for worse. And for me, I'm going there the best triathlete I've ever been, but I don't know how that will stack up.
Is any of this fun?
Yeah, actually. Then I was like, is it? Oh no. Yeah, I know it always seems like it's not, but it is. I think the fun is in the accomplishment. My best thinking, all my brain waves come when I'm running or being active. I feel like suddenly when I'm being active, I'm oh, this is so weird. I'm gonna just say it. I feel like I'm just blessed with all the clarity of being able to understand my life and my choices and all the things I'm supposed to do and the world. And I'm just yes, I get it. and I feel like really empowered, and I feel like the best about myself because I feel like I'm doing these things that are good for myself. Like I just feel like the best human. But I just feel like I have a clarity on my life that is hard to describe when I am physically active, even when it's shitty.
I just feel a bit more at ease. I feel a bit more at home in these things. I don't feel like I'm like, what's happening? What's everyone doing? What's everyone else wearing? What's everyone else thinking? I just like go in and I have my plan and I do it. Like I did my bike, I went and practiced my transitions, and I can tell that some people are looking at me like, there are some people like, why do that? And other people who are like, oh, should I be doing that? And that's the thing, you should just do whatever you want to do. And I feel just a lot more confident these days about doing what I want to do and what I need to do. I'm ready, I know what I'm gonna do. And that feels really good to just be like, I have my process, I have my race, and I'm ready to run it. You can be at the back of the pack and struggling and hating your life, or you can be at the back of the pack and doing the best thing you can. And at the end of the day, you're gonna get two totally different outcomes. If you're at the back of the pack hating your life, you're gonna have a bad day. And I'm sorry to hear that because I don't want anyone to have a bad day, but maybe you have to change your mind about yourself. You can be at the back of the pack and having the race of your life and think, you know what? I'm so lucky to be able to do what I want to do. I'm so lucky to be able to train hard and work on my things that I want to work on and improve. And I'm so able to move my body and run and cycle and swim. And there are people out there who would love to do those things. And then you have a really damn good day because you can think about that stuff. And I think that's about gratefulness. And I feel really grateful today. But another month and a half to Rotterdam. And it makes me really excited to see what else we can do. I feel like this summer has been like constant gains. And like, I'm not done yet. And I ain't finished and I ain't stopping. So I'm pretty excited to see what's next.